Hello and welcome to the Press Enterprise High School Football Video Podcast. I'm Press Enterprise Sports Editor Tim Hare, and we're going to be talking with Adam Roberts about Mount Carmel football. And, I think there was maybe some low expectations for Mount Carmel coming into the year. Low numbers in the program, new coach, new system. Some question marks at quarterback because they came out of camp, maybe not knowing who won that battle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you a little surprised with Mount Carmel at this point, looking pretty good at 3-2?
They're on a 3-game winning streak. They had tough 2 losses there at the beginning of the season. The second one coming to Selinsgrove, which they played really tough, and I think that was there was a lot of evidence there just how good their defense is going to be this season. Not having Dominic Farinato, I think. A lot of people were, afraid to hold their breath. They weren't sure what was going to happen there.
Sure.
But, however, with that being said, they relied on Kyle Karicki, and, I don't think he's minded at all.
Yeah, no, I think he'll take a 38-carry, 368-yard night like he had last week.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's leading the area right now. He's got almost 850 yards. So,
yeah.
Nice little season
through 5 games, that's not bad.
Yeah.
When you got a guy on offense that you can rely on for 100 yards a game, I don't think any offensive coordinator or head coach is going to complain at all.
Yeah, and he seems like he's just, it's almost like he's built in a laboratory for what they need out of him. He's 218 pounds, runs a sub 4.6 40.
Oh, yeah.
And he can kind of take that pounding. I guess they had him in the Wildcat a little bit last week, and he can, take 38 carries and, break a couple or at least just run a few through the tackles, and defenses, just have to be aware of what he's doing.
He's big and he's fast, and he'll wear defense down if you keep giving him the ball. 9 touchdowns though this season. It's tied for the most with Jeremy Walsh there at Northwest and Hunter Thomas and over at Southern. And as a matter of fact, that's who they have up against this coming week, and that's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, you talk about their defense, and obviously Southern's offense is just firing on all cylinders. How do you think Mount Carmel responds to trying to shut down that wing T?
It's going to be tough. They're averaging right now 225 offense are picking up on them on the ground, or total yards. But, that being said, they've been able to force turnovers. They got 7 fumbles and 4 picks so far. But, Kyle Karicki is going to have to do a lot on offense and defense, along with the rest of the Red Tornadoes, if they're going to hope to slow down Hunter Thomas and Blake Marks. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, and it's going to be an uphill battle. They don't have Wes Sherrock, who, he got ejected against Danville through a punch. Doesn't sound like they'll have John Ayers, the freshman at quarterback. They're going to have to go with Tommy McDonald again. So it seems like it's going to be a little bit of an uphill battle. It would have been anyway.
Yeah. But,
it seems like it's going to be a little bit more.
Looking at Tommy McDonald coming into camp, it was a battle between him and Ayers. And, they weren't sure who was going to get the job. Eventually, the freshman ended up pulling out. However, Tommy McDonald came in when Ayers got banged up, and he certainly seized the moment. I think he went 6 for 6 in that game. However, last week he didn't fare quite as well.
Yeah, that was Central Mountain, right? Where,
yeah.
I remember because I do the stats for the back page of the playbook and trying to figure out his quarterback rating. And I think in the college system, the best you can get is something like a 1,200.
Right.
And I was just like, oh my God, this kid was 6 of 6 for 157 yards and 3 touchdowns. I don't know if I've ever seen a rating that high after one game. It was a statistical anomaly.
Well, they're going to have to rely on him a little bit too. He's only seen a little bit of action here. I think about 3 games worth. Went 211 last week for 46 yards, so it's going to be interesting to see. I know Southern's going to come to play with that defense, but looking down the stretch, the 8th seed there in the playoff picture, I think Mount Carmel actually has a pretty good shot of at least sticking there or moving up.
Yeah, I think so too. Looking at these standings, like you said, Mount Carmel is 8th with 420 points, and Wyalusing, who plays Danville this week, has 400. Now, Wyalusing, you never know what you're going to get out of the Northern tier.
It's up for grabs.
Absolutely. But Mount Carmel the rest of the way, so they have Southern this week. You'd have to assume, just based on what the teams have done, that Southern's going to win that one. But then they have a 2-3 North Schuylkill team, a winnable game against Warrior Run. They play a Central team that is just trying to find answers.
Yep.
And then the Coal Bucket game, which, in recent history, it's been competitive, but Mount Carmel's won, for almost like the last 20 years now. So you have to like their chances of at least going 3-2, maybe 4-1. It puts them at 6-4, 7-3, right on the cusp of that 8 seed.
Yeah, I certainly think they have a good shot against North Schuylkill. It's a local battle, two teams right around the same area. So no team's going to like to lose that game. Looking at Warrior Run's definitely a team that's turned the corner this year, and they're tough. But, with that being said, Mount Carmel's got a good defense. They're running the ball well. I'd pick them in that matchup.
Yeah, I just don't think Warrior Run's at that level.
No, absolutely not. Central, again, I think that'd be a no-brainer.
Yeah.
They need a lot of help before they can, get going in a game like that. And Shamokin, another local game, but I could see the Red Tornadoes going 4-1 without a doubt.
Yeah, so I guess what we're saying is, Mount Carmel fans, if you lose this week at Southern, don't abandon hope. There's a very good chance you could close out with 4 straight wins.
Time left. Yep, a lot of season left.
Well, I think that's everything we've got on Mount Carmel through 5 weeks. But if you like what you heard, we're going to be doing these podcasts for the rest of the season. So please keep checking back to find out all our insights on local high school football. And of course, you can go to our website, pressenterpriseonline.com, where you can read all our stories and our tweets and everything that we provide content-wise on local high school football. So, that being said, I am Press Enterprise Sports Editor Tim Hare. This is Adam Roberts, and we will be talking to you next week.